Is this then the moment when the future of Greece is decided? Prime Minister Tsipras arrived in Brussels with barely a word, not a shred of warmth between him and the head of the European Commission. But by the time the Eurozone's finance ministers arrived, it had become abundantly clear that all the concessions Mr. Tsipras had offered, the tax rises for pensioners, the tax rises for little businesses, were not enough for his country's creditors at the European Central Bank and International Monetary Fund. They want either more cuts or more taxes or both, and there's no way on earth Mr. Tsipras can sell all that to his supporters back home.
We are in a process of very intensive negotiations. We are making progress, but there are still some outstanding issues to be resolved.
I don't measure the value of the agreement in price as such. Obviously, it's about politics and it's about money. I would be very positively surprised if we would get a deal tonight. There's been a lot of back and forth between the technical level and the political level. We have not seen a concrete proposal yet, and we have to deal with it very carefully based on our parliamentary mandates.
Back in the country which gave the world the philosophy of stoicism, many people still seem to think things might end up okay. But then again, they've got used to things not being okay at all, so perhaps nothing shocks anymore.
I think the situation will improve, but we will still go through a difficult time.
It's better the way we are, even if it means we are a bit strapped. At least this way, there's a path that leads somewhere. There might be a light at the end of the tunnel.
Bear in mind too that the bill Athens is trying to pay now is less than a third of what it's supposed to pay back over this year. It's impossible, really, to see how they can conceivably do it. Except that a majority of Greeks would prefer to stay in the eurozone than leave it. A country like Germany would say, well, that means that Greece has to get used to a new way of thinking about things like work and tax. Prime Minister Tsipras would ask, though, how creditors expect Greece's economy to grow when the debts are leaving people more and more impoverished. A deal here now would perhaps be presented as a success for the eurozone, a chance to move forward. But any number of economists would say it's a bit more like the Greek myth of Sisyphus, doomed forever to push the rock up the hill. Laurence, Al Jazeera, Brussels.